Today's short video is on discussing the anchoring plan preparation. So anchoring plan preparation will include the direction of approach, the speed of approach, and the scope of the anchor. In this regard, this is referring to the vessel's preparation just before dropping the anchor. Alright, so anchoring plan should form a part of the passage plan and it must be prepared in advance. Having chosen the anchorage area, the plan should be made considering following factors. The first factor is the direction of approach. The approach should be made as far as possible against the current or tidal stream prevailing in the area. Why this is done so is because it improves the control of the vessel at slow speed. As far as wind direction is considered, wind on the beam must be avoided because beam wind has a turning effect on the vessel at slow speed. As you approach the anchorage, you of course slow down the speed and hence the effect of the wind on the vessel's ship handling or vessel's handling becomes more profound. When current and wind both are present, it must be determined which has a stronger effect on the ship. For example, a vessel in ballast condition is more concerned by wind effect than the current effect, because when a vessel is in ballast condition, more of the vessel's bow is exposed to the wind for it to have an influence on its handling. It is a good practice to observe the heading of vessels which are already lying at the anchorage. It is always a good idea to approach the anchorage with the same heading. In regards to anchor dropping position, this position must be marked on the chart and a reference point must be chosen for marking approach. With this position, the swinging circle should also be drawn to ensure that there are no obstructions within the circle. At this point, I should also highlight the need to have a contingency plan in place. So just in case if the anchorage is not suitable or if you do not have enough room in the anchorage, what would be your contingency or backup plan should also be considered and marked on the passage plan. In terms of speed of approach, the vessel's speed should be reduced gradually in such a way that a stern movement whenever required to stop the vessel is not a prolonged one. Any prolonged stern kick is dangerous because the control of the vessel is then lost. You cannot steer the vessel when the vessel is going astern. Usually in the last 1 mile of approach, vessel speed should not be greater than about 3 knots. But this again depends on the type of the vessel, the size of the vessel, and again this cannot be generalized to all ships. I have just given you an average figure. It is difficult to control the ship's head at very slow speed, so the technique of giving small ahead kicks with rudder hard over should be employed to control the steering of the vessel. Finally, the scope should also be considered before anchoring. The scope is defined as a ratio of the anchor cable veered to the water depth. The anchors should be used alternatively to keep the windlass machinery in good running condition. In good holding ground, the cable to be paid out is about 4 times the depth of the water, and in satisfactory holding ground, about 6 times the depth of the water should be paid out on the cable. On top of that, extra shackle should be given if bad weather is anticipated or if the vessel is likely to stay longer at anchorage. The cable in shackles is calculated as twice the under root of depth of the water in fathoms. This is the calculation of scope in Admiralty formula. So I hope this short video was useful for you to get an idea of preparing the vessel for anchoring just before dropping the anchor. I'll see you soon with my next video. Bye guys.